Scrub-a-dub-dub, what's in the tub? What's going on, my scrub subscribers? Ace here, and today we have the Week 4 CCL match of me versus Cyclone. And now, right off the team preview, you guys can see that Cyclone did not bring Milotic, which I didn't really agree with because I think Milotic walls a lot of my team. And looking at his team, I think I can just lead off with Diancie and kind of pop holes in his team. I especially want that Victini to come down to a point where I can just hit it with something that's faster than it, and kind of scout if it's Choice Scarf and lock it into a move that either Durant or Mamoswine can just pick up the kill on it, and then the rest of my those two can really just sweep the rest of his team. So right off the bat, like I said, I lead off with Diancie because he really has nothing that really wants to take any attacks from it other than the Mawile, and he doesn't lead off with it. He leads off with the Victini. So I lead off with Diancie here. And I know I naturally want outspeed, so I'm just going to Mega Evolve and Protect because I know that I will outspeed after the Mega Evolution, if he's not Choice Scarfed. Now, I kind of wanted to scout to see what he's going to do here, so my Protect goes up. And Cyclone goes for the Hidden Power, and I'm anticipating that's HP Steel. Now I just go for the Diamond Storm here, fully willing to let my Diancie go down because I figure he's probably Specs because that's the only thing that will kill me. And I get the defense raise, which isn't going to matter because he's using a special attack. And he goes for the HP Steel here, but unfortunately for him, it was not made right. So it's actually HP Dark because the Victini had all 31 IVs in every category. That's what that defaults to. So here he swaps into his Mawile here. I figured he's going to swap out there because he's Choice Specs or Choice Scarfed in. Probably Choice Specs because I still outsped. So the Stealth Rock's up, that Victini is now dead, and now, at this point, basically, Mamoswine and Durant can sweep the rest of his team. I just have to play around this Mawile a little bit here, and so I know he's going for the Iron Head here, and I don't want Diancie to take that without being able to basically kill this thing off. So I just free swap into Ace and let him intimidate itself. I figure now he's probably going to go for Stealth Rocks or swap out, so I swap into my Magic Bouncer, because I figure he's probably not going to go for Iron Head. I just don't think that's like a play that somebody like whose back's against the wall there would do. So he goes into his Zeppelin here, probably to defog off these rocks. But now I outspeed this thing already, so I can just fire off a Diamond Storm, and anything can come in, but it's going to take damage. So he just lets the Zeppelin die here, and Diancie gets 2 kills, and really here, Diancie I don't think is the main threat to Cyclone's team. I think that Mamoswine and Durant here are. So when he brings in the Megatron here, I know these things run Heavy Slam, but I figure I can just get off a good damage, good amount of damage on this thing with a Moonblast. So that's what I do. I just stay in here, knowing full well that a Heavy Slam will kill me. This brings it down to Ice Shard range for Mamoswine. So I'm perfectly okay here just letting Diancie go down, and basically I just want to sweep with Durant and Mamoswine just to kind of conclude this match. Definitely credits to Cyclone for just playing it out, because he could have just forfeited right off the bat, but he played it out just to lower the score, and possibly if like I choked or anything like that, he could take it back. But he swaps into Brace Job here. I just went for the Ice Shard because I knew this thing was here. I didn't want to go for an Earthquake. And if he was possibly Twist Scarfed Golurk, I didn't want to do any of that. Now I wanted to see what type of Electros this was. So I go into Slur kind of as my scapegoat here. And he goes for the Superpower, which I was like, okay, that's not going to kill me from this range. And he's going to lower his attack and defense here. Now this is just a free swap into Ace if he wants to go for any other moves. So Ace just comes in here, and I can get the Intimidate off, and force this thing to whittle itself down a little bit because I have the Rocky Helmet on my Ace. And he goes for the knockoff, which is a good move on his part, probably anticipating Ace to come in here. He does take the Rocky Helmet damage, but now my Rocky Helmet is gone. Figuring how low he is on attack, I just want to whittle this thing down, so I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and unfortunately, I miss, which kind of sucks. So he gets off a free U-turn. And I was kind of curious to see what he'd go into, because a Golurk here could possibly kill me. But I have Jellicent right in the back, so I'm not super worried about that. But he just goes into his Puff Daddy here, just to get off the Intimidate and everything on me. But I'm not too worried about that. Realistically, I think he's probably going to Toxic here just to whittle down my wall. So I just go for a Willis just to exchange because I want to whittle down his wall, just because that'll speed up the match a bit. And I know these things typically run Waterfall, so I didn't feel real bad putting this on here, knowing that Ace is probably going to lose the Stalwart here, because Waterfall is like a decent move against my team because I have a lot of rock types. So I just felt good putting the Wisp on him. And now I know I'm not going to win this war, so I just swap out into Durant because now Waterfall is not going to do much to me because he is burned and he can't Toxic or Sludge Bomb me. So he goes for the Waterfall, and like I said, he's burned, and I have pretty good physical defense, so it's not going to do much to me. Now here, because I'm not intimidated from this Quillfish, I can just fire off an Iron Head and do a decent amount of damage to it, and anything that wants to swap in is not going to take an Iron Head, Choice Banded, Hustle real well. He swaps in the Mawile, which I think didn't have Intimidate for some reason. Maybe Hyper Cutter or something like that was the move of choice. No, because I swapped in, I don't know what other ability it can have. I think it's just Intimidate and Hyper Cutter, but either way, that thing goes down to an Iron Head, and now he swaps in Victini here. Maybe I think he was thinking that he could live 2 rocks, or maybe he just forgot about the rocks. But Victini goes down there, and he swaps in this thing, and I think at this point he kind of just gave up because he could have swapped in Puff Daddy, then swapped this thing in to die to an Iron Head, and then swap Puff Daddy in again, just to intimidate me down. But it really wouldn't have mattered at this point because he can bring in Puff Daddy here. Like he does, and like here I don't really want to play Iron Head Intimidate and possibly miss with the Hustle, so I just swap out into Mamoswine, knowing that his Waterfall is going to do nothing because it's burned, and Mamoswine has decent physical defense. So he goes for the Waterfall here, and it does like a little bit of damage to me, not too much. And now I can just feel free to Earthquake because the only things he has left is this and the Golurk. And now this is kind of where I thought he like Milotic would have helped his team more, just because I have so many Earthquakers on my team and things that hit on the ground side, and Milotic wouldn't have taken super effective damage to that. And now he swaps in the Megatron. Like I said, I didn't want this thing to be Choice Scarfed or anything, so I just go for the Ice Shard to clinch this match. And that's going to be a 5-0 against Cyclone. Definitely credit to him. He was in a hard position because he didn't have the HP steal, but in my opinion, I didn't really think it mattered because I thought Dancy just getting off the damage was pretty much what clinched that match for me right from the beginning. But yeah, no, make sure to check out Cyclone's channel. Make sure, to watch from his side and hear his thoughts, and you guys can decide what you guys think. But yeah, no, the Sootopolis Scrubanines are in a great position. I think we only have to win one more match, and we're confirmed making it into the playoffs. I'm definitely going to be going for that top spot, trying to beat everybody out to for the end of the season. It's probably going to be a race between me, Slayer, and Kendra, I would think, because those are the top 3, I think, right now. But yeah, no, you guys make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to show your support for the Sootopolis Scrubanines. And that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out. Bye-bye.